What's up guys, how you doing? I hope you guys are well. Welcome to another video and Merry Christmas, hey? Today is New Year's Eve. I hope you guys have had an amazing Christmas. I hope you guys got some time with your families, chilled out, had some good food, some drinks. Hopefully you got some New Year's plans tonight. Hopefully you're going to be going out, doing something cool, or maybe like me, you'll just be chilling out at home with the family and having a nice time. Still going to have a little drink. We might have to get some champagne or something at midnight. Not on the champagne just yet. Got the coffee on the go right now. Love a bit of coffee during the day to get me through the afternoon and get me through an awesome video. Today's going to be good. Today we not only do we have a year in review, we have a decade in review, which for me covers my entire sports photography career because I didn't start really properly till like 2012, 2013. So we're going to be looking at the best highlights of the entire decade for Rob Sandall's photography. It's going to be a cool video. Let's go. So guys, today we are going to be looking at some of my favourite photos from the entire decade. I've got some photos, we're doing it properly as well. We've got some prints that we're going to look at. We're not just putting photos on the screen right here. We've got some actual prints that we're going to go through. I've chosen some of my favourites. I should say they're not necessarily my best photos. I haven't done it like that. They're not my best or my most successful necessarily, although some of them are pretty good, I think. They're my favourite ones, and some of them are because they're from my favourite moments. Some of them are because I liked the image itself, and some of them are from events that I loved to shoot, and I'll talk through each one as we go through. I'm also going to be giving away these photos, so these prints will go free to some of you guys if you want them. Stick around to the end of the video to find out about that. Going to be a great one. We're going to go through them one at a time. Before we get into looking at the actual photos though, please do take the 2 seconds. Give me the Christmas present of a lifetime. Give me that Happy New Year's wishes by hitting that like button for me on the video. It'll take you 2 seconds. I really appreciate it. Let's try and make this my most liked video of 2019 because I reckon I've got a sneaky feeling it's going to be a video that deserves it. So take 2 seconds, go hit that like button for me, and of course don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But why would you have not, right? It's 2019, we're making awesome videos on this channel. Why would you have not subscribed already? If you haven't, I seriously question your subscribing decisions, but if not, take 2 seconds, go subscribe for me. I will really appreciate it. So here's how we're going to do this, guys. I've got some prints right here. We're going to talk through them. I'm going to tell you about them. I'm going to tell you where they came from. And at the end of the video, I'm going to flash them all up on the screen in like a bit of a slideshow. Because I've also got some other great photos. When I went through this and I was picking some out, I ended up with like 50. And I thought I can't sit there for 2 hours and do a video with 50 photos. So at the end, I'm going to flash up some of my other favourites, other photos that I really like and I really enjoyed taking. So you'll see some of those at the end of the video. So make sure you stick around. Right, let's get into this. Let's have a look. I should say every single one of these photos has been posted on my Instagram page. So if you want to go take a closer look at them, go check me out over on Instagram, at Rob Sandall Sport. You're going to find all of them over there. They'll have a bit of info about them, you know, who's in the photo, where they're from, the date, the whole lot. So if you're interested in them a bit more, that's the best place to go check them out, as well, of course, as this video. Right, let's get into looking at these prints. Let's go. Okay, so the first photo that I picked out to look at is this one. This is a photo of Rudiger, who plays for Chelsea. He is celebrating his goal. This was taken back on the 29th of November, I think 2017, so more than 2 years ago now. The reason I like it is those of you guys who know Stamford Bridge, when you photograph at Stamford Bridge, you can only sit on the sideline. And it's always a real crowd to try and get in towards the corners. So I, generally speaking, because there's all the big agency guys who squeeze into the corner, I tend to sit a little bit further out. And of course, often celebrations run to the corner, right? And sometimes it makes it harder to get a good shot. This is the first photo that I took at Stamford Bridge that I felt was a really awesome celebration shot. The way he's kind of looking up to the sky, arms out in front of him, kind of run into the corner, the crowd in the background. I'm just really pleased with it. And one of my, probably still actually one of my best celebration shots that I have taken at Stamford Bridge. And so that is the first photo that I've picked out. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, so next up we have got this photo. Now this is the first time, actually this is the first time I ever shot women's football, and the game was England. It was England against Australia, and it was at Craven Cottage. You guys know I shoot at Craven Cottage quite a bit. And this is Fran Kirby celebrating her goal at Craven Cottage. And I just liked it. It's probably still actually to this day, it's one of my favourite celebration shots I've shot. I think probably because I got it in my first women's game. And the way she's kind of turned, she ran straight towards me. The emotion of, I can't actually tell who that is, but her teammate here on the other side of the photo. You can see the kind of emotion of the game in her face. I just really liked it. One of my favourite photos. Definitely my favourite photo taken in women's football. This was back, I think, on the 10th of October 2018 this one was, so just over a year ago. That's the second one that I picked out from the set. What we got next? Next up is our basketball, Surrey Scorchers. So you guys know I do a lot of the basketball, right? So here is a photo. This one was taken in March 2018. And this is at the Copper Box Arena in London. So this is a photo of Surrey Scorchers against the London Lions at the Copper Box. I always try and do some wide angle stuff, right? And I enjoy some remote cameras. And this is taken with a remote floor camera. So I actually was at the other end of, I might actually be in this photo because I was at the other end of the court. I might be there somewhere. But I actually used a floor camera. Now, I've done a video on how you set up a floor camera before. And I took this with a remote floor camera. I deliberately had it set really wide angle, looking up towards the ceiling. Because in this particular arena, the lights in the background look really cool. When I put this photo up on Instagram, I think I called it like Under the Lights or something. And it worked out really well. Probably one of my better remote photos. In fact, I've got another remote photo in here, which you guys will see coming up soon. But one of my favourite remote photos, that is Teo Ogundengbe going up for the basket against London Lions in the Copper Box Arena. One of my favourite basketball shots. Right, let's keep going. What we got next? Another basketball one. This is something a bit different, but I picked this out because I liked it, and I'll explain to you why I liked this one. So you might not be able to make out this photo too well, but this one is pretty much entirely black, apart from kind of emerging from the darkness on the right-hand side of the frame there, is Jordan Williams of the Surrey Scorchers. Now, this photo was taken entirely by mistake. Right now, Surrey Scorchers, quite often, when they do their player introductions, all the lights go down. And they put all the lights down and they shine a spotlight onto where the players are coming out. And of course, that requires quite a change of settings. I need to go sit in a different position, change my settings and get ready for the photos in the dark with the spotlight, as opposed to the photos I was just taking prior to that where all the lights are turned on. Because I got distracted, I think I was setting up a remote camera or something, I didn't change my camera settings, and I totally forgot. I wasn't in the right position or anything. I realised the player introductions were happening behind me. I turned around and snapped a couple of photos, and where I hadn't changed the settings, the photo was really underexposed. But because the spotlight was shining onto Jordan Williams' kind of front of his face, I caught this image of him kind of almost just coming out of the darkness, and I thought it really worked. I had to tweak it a little bit in post. I had to brighten up him slightly and actually darkened the corners even more. But it's an image I really like, and I felt like it came out fairly well, and that's why I included this one. That's Jordan Williams, used to play for Surrey Scorchers, plays for Worcester Wolves now. Taken way, I think this one was taken back in at the end of 2017 sometime. There we go. Right, what we got next? Okay, next up, we've got an arena photo. Now, the reason I like this one is because I planned it out and a lot of work went into me getting this photo. So this is a photo of Wembley Stadium. This is just prior to a Champions League game. This is back in the beginning of December 2018, so just over a year ago. In fact, actually no, 2017 I think this was. This was prior to a Champions League game between Tottenham Hotspur and Apoel. Now, I knew before I went to Wembley Stadium I wanted to try to get a big wide-angle shot of the stadium with a fisheye lens. This is shot with a fisheye lens. Now, to do that, I knew I had to get really high up, and so I wanted to get to the highest point in the stadium. The trouble was, you couldn't just walk up to where that was. So I went through a process. I went and walked out into the kind of the seating area and tried to get as high up as I could. Then I needed to go up 2 levels, so I managed to work my way through to like a staff lift. elevator and managed to get the staff member to take me up with him. Went up to the next floor. Up there, the security said that I didn't have the credentials to be on that floor, and I explained to them what I was trying to do, and the guy kind of said to me, look, okay, fine, but just do it quick, go take the photo. So I got out into the seating area, but I still wasn't quite where I wanted to be. So I wanted to get almost up to like the kind of the gantry right at the back of the seats. So I managed to work my way all the way up there. Maybe I hopped over a little barrier, perhaps, but nothing like I wasn't anywhere where I shouldn't have been, don't worry about that, and took this photo, and it came out really well, and because of the amount of effort that I'd gone into to get the photo, I was really pleased with how it's come out, and I've shared this quite a few times. This was taken with a fisheye lens, so like I think an 8mm fisheye lens maybe, of Wembley Stadium. One of my probably my favourite arena shot actually that I've taken. Right, what's next? Next up we have some NBA. So, I like this photo more so for the moment than maybe for the actual photo itself. I guess the actual image itself is fairly straightforward. But this is a photo of Kyrie Irving, used to play for Boston Celtics, plays for Brooklyn now. This was back in January 2018 when Boston faced Philadelphia at the O2 Arena in London. This was my first ever NBA game shooting courtside. And I got this image along with many others. I've shared loads of them on my page if you want to go check it out. Rob Sample Sports Instagram page. This is one of my favourites, and it was shot from the baseline at my first ever NBA game, which is why I like it. One of my favourite photos. Here we go. What we got next? More basketball. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I had another remote camera shot in this set, and this is this one here. So this is a remote camera shot with a behind-the-backboard remote camera. It's a photo of Josh Steele, used to play for Surrey Scorchers. I think he plays in Spain or somewhere now. This was the first time that I had used a behind-the-backboard remote camera at Surrey Scorchers. It was a bit hit and miss, unfortunately, because of some restrictions of an official who was working there at the time. I wasn't able to use some of the kind of reflection guards that I would like to. So if you look closely at this photo, you can see some reflections, but I managed to do a lot of work in post to clean it up. But it came out really well. My first attempt using it at Surrey came out really well, really pleased with the image. And there it is, behind the backboard remote camera. Ironically, I've just realised over in the back here is Adrian. He was playing for Leeds at the time. He plays for Surrey now. I only just noticed that. But there we go. Remote camera. Probably my best remote camera shot that I've got actually. Okay, my next one is a photograph of Fulham. So, this is, those of you guys who aren't familiar with the players, this is Alexander Mitrovic and Ryan Sessegnon, who Alexander Mitrovic still plays for Fulham. Ryan Sessegnon quite famously moved from Fulham to Tottenham. So this was taken back in, I think, I think this probably was November 2018, so just over a year ago. I've been shooting at Fulham a lot, right? I always tend to sit in roughly the same corner. I quite like it there. I'd had loads of bad luck with celebrations. The trouble is at Fulham is there's only two corners you're allowed to sit in, and the official club photographer sits in the corner on the other side of the goal, so loads of the celebrations go that way, and you quite rarely get a good celebration come to the far corners where I normally have to sit. This was the first time I had a celebration at Fulham come literally straight down my lens. Really pleased with it. It got used in a few different places as well. Photo of Alexander Mitrovic celebrating his goal with Ryan Sessegnon. Really pleased with it. One of my favourite photos I've taken at Fulham. And being a Fulham fan as well, it was a big moment in the game. There we go. And last, but certainly not least, we're already on to the last one, is another NBA photo. Now, let me explain why I've got this, because the photo itself you guys might think is a bit weird. This is a photo of Kyrie Irving surrounded by the media in the open NBA practice sessions in 2018, January 2018. Now, the reason I like this photo, I randomly took this, right? I was trying to get a photo of Kyrie Irving being interviewed. And as you can see, there were just hundreds of people around him. So I thought, actually, it could make quite a cool photo to put my really wide-angle lens on, reach over the back of the crowd and take a photo, to demonstrate the fact he was surrounded by the media. And that's exactly what I did. And that's this photo right here. Now, later on, we're talking a lot later, I think probably in almost like This photo was taken in January 2018. I think somewhere in like maybe October or November 2018. This photo was picked up and it made a half page in USA Today. And so it was really cool. A photo that I was trying to get a different photo. And because of the crowds, I thought, let's try something different. Took this photo and it ended up being one of my most successful photos in terms of something that got used in the media. So really, really pleased with it. A photo of Kyrie Irving surrounded by the media at the NBA practice days. And there we have it, guys. That is some of my favourite photos over the last few years. Now, there's loads of others that I love, right? I've got a photo of Raheem Sterling celebrating that was nearly in here. I've got another one, like a basketball portrait one that was nearly in here. I probably have another 50 photos that could have easily made this set. But I picked several reasons. Mostly, though, I picked the ones that I personally liked, or I liked the moments they came from. Not necessarily just the technical, how good was the photo. I hope you guys enjoyed it. At the end, I'm going to put up a slideshow with these and some other photos that I really like. So make sure you stick around to check that out at the end. If you guys would like these prints, I'm going to give them away to you. Of course, totally free. All you got to do is comment below if you would like one of these photos. Let me know. Just comment below. Say, hey, I'd like a print. I'm just going to randomly pick the people. If 3 people like them, I will split this into random 3 piles and send them to you. If 20 people like them, I'll randomly pick however many photos we got here and send them to each of you guys. Hopefully someone wants them, right? Otherwise, I might have to get them all up on the wall right here or something. But comment below. Let me know if you would like one. I'm going to sign them all as well, so they will all be signed by me and sent out directly to you. And you can use them, display them, do whatever you want. Hopefully there'll be some use and you guys can have them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic new year. I hope you guys are doing something cool tonight. Or if, like me, you're just chilling out with your family, I hope you really, really enjoy it and have a great time. We got loads and loads of videos coming in 2020. I've already planned out like 10 different videos. It's going to be an awesome year for this channel and hopefully a successful year for this channel as well. And if it is successful, that's entirely down to you guys. So thank you so much for everyone who has watched any of my videos during the course of 2019. Thank you even more so for anyone who has taken the time to go press that like button. If you haven't done it already, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to go do it right now because you guys know how much it means to the channel, how much it helps me out, and how much I appreciate it. Don't forget we've got that slideshow coming up right at the end. Guys, thank you for watching the video, and I will see you next decade.